Hello students, good morning once again. We are continuing at chapter 9 of class 12, that is strategies for enhancement of food production. In this chapter we have already studied how different techniques are help us to improve and to increase the productivity in both animals and plants to fulfill the food need. Here, if we only depend on the traditional techniques of production of cereals, pulses and other vegetable crops, then that is not enough. Clear? So here we need to something do better to fulfill the hunger and also the completing or finishing the malnutrition from the country and from the world. That's why here some terms we will study. After studying these terms, we are able to know that what are the techniques that how can we able to produce large number of plants in a less time or having the desirable characters. So let's see students, how can we able to do this. First we will study about SCP, that is called single cell protein. Single cell protein. What is called single cell protein? As we know, we are taking the food is not sufficient to fulfilling the different demands of our body. Means we need food to to increase our overall development, our mental development, our physical development, making our bones strong, making muscles strong, and making all internal processes active properly or run properly. That's why we not only depend on a single type of food. And the most important food is a protein. And as we know, protein is so expensive, and this is not the ability of all the people to buy the expensive food. That's why here our agriculture scientists try to do some changes, that how a poor person can get enough protein from a less cost. Clear? So in this topic, your single cell protein, how the single cell protein can fulfill the protein requirement. Clear? Students, here we are moved from vegetable crop to meat. Means as in vegetable and crops they are contain less protein. So for more protein we need meat. And for meat we have to use more cereals. Suppose let's take an example. If we are giving food to a domestic animal, suppose to a goat, whose meat is eaten by us, clear? Then that goat is fed on 3 kg to 5 kg of cereal and crops. Means here the demand of cereal is increased to get more protein. Clear? Means we have to spend more cereals to get protein. That's not possible for all the population to buy meat and to eat. So here through single cell protein, means here I will give you the example, that is called spirulina. Spirulina is called as single cell protein, which has high production of biomass and contains more protein. So let's understand single cell protein, leave it. Single cell protein is derived from the dead and decaying substances. Means like the molasses of potatoes, which contains large amount of starch. Then from rotten straw, means they do not need any extra expenses for their production. And by using these, like we can say as rotten potatoes also, rotten straws, and the products or remnants of the sewage treatment plant, then from this we can able to produce high amount of protein to grow different type of organisms that have high protein content. So students, you also very familiar about the mushroom, which is edible. Mushroom also is a fungus, and you know that fungus grow on dead and decaying substances. Means mushroom contains protein. Mushroom contains protein, but that mushroom, for that mushroom we have to not pay a more money. Means we can get mushroom having high protein content in a less cost. And that mushroom not only grows on the dead and decaying organisms, but also decreases the environment pollution as it grows or feeds on the dead and decaying and degraded substances. Clear? So here one organism called Methylophilus and Methylotropous. Clear students? The organism is Methylophilus phylus Methylotropous is the organism which have the high production of biomass. Clear, students? Methylophilus and Methylotropous. Clear? Means it is expected that it can produce 25 tons of protein. 25 tons of protein. Imagine. Tons of protein, and on which it grow on dead and decaying substances. So this is a better substitute for protein rather than taking meat. So many vegetarian people who lacks the animal protein in their body, nowadays they are using this organism as fulfilling their protein requirement. You should remember the name, that is Methylophilus Methylotropous, which has the ability to produce more than 25 tons of protein. Clear, students? I think you all clear. So mushroom is also nowadays, regarding their high quality protein and the presence of high amount of protein, they are nowadays grown in industrial scale, and you can see mushroom is sold everywhere in malls and in vegetable markets. So the persons who are not taking meat, if they lack protein, they can take the food, that is mushroom. So students, let's next move to tissue culture, which is another technique to growing of plant from smaller parts of the plant. So here we will study about these terms, that is explants, then totipotency, micropropagation, somatomes and somatic hybridization. First I am explaining you about explants, but before it let's understand what is tissue culture. Tissue culture is the process of growing a plant, whole new plant from a single cell. Clear? That is either from the same plant or from different plant, producing a whole new plant from a single cell or single part, and that cell or that part is called explant. Clear? Explant is the part which has the ability, or the cell which is itself grows as a whole new plant. And in class 10th you have studied about tissue culture, that tissue culture is the process of growing plants in a short time period in the laboratory, or we can say as in vitro, by collecting the different desirable characters in a culture plate where plant hormones and plant nutrients are added. Plant hormones which are stimulate the growth here, we can use as auxin, gibberellin, cytokinin, etc. for their growth. So students, here I have told you about explants. Explants are the cells which is generated into a new cell. Next is your totipotency. Remember students, these topics may become in 1 mark question in your board exams. Next is your totipotency. Totipotency means here exactly the same as explants. This is the ability of a single cell. We can define totipotency. Ability of a single cell to grow as a new plant, or this is the method to grow a cell as a new plant is called totipotency. So for totipotency, normally the apical parts are chosen. Apical parts means either the root apical meristem or shoot apical meristem. As we know, the meristematic regions contains virus-free parts, means there is no virus found. Clear? That's why these parts are selected for growing a new plant. So this is your totipotency, ability of a single cell to grow as a whole new plant. Next is your micropropagation. What is called micropropagation? Micropropagation means also this is related to tissue culture, in which thousands of plants can be produced. Remember students, in micropropagation, thousands of plants can be created. Plants can be created in vitro. In vitro means, remember students, in vitro means in the laboratory, by collecting the cells from the desirable part having same the virus free. Next is your soma clone. Soma clone means here I have said you about micropropagation and here is soma clone. Soma clone means when new plants are produced from different parts, means from different cells of that plant are called soma clones. As we know, soma means body, somatic cell, or we can say as body cell. That's why this is called soma clones. Means micropropagation is again related to soma clones, as here the same meristematic, from the meristematic region cells are collected. Next is your, as I have told you, that meristematic hybridization nowadays is very much applicable. In this technique, which is your meristematic, called meristematic application, in which, listen attentively students, in this case, if a plant is affected from virus, means virus infected plants can be also able to make a disease free plant. Clear? Virus infected plants can able to make a disease free plant. How this is possible? By collecting the protoplast and removing the viruses. They are grown in a culture plate in the laboratory and they make as desirable plants. How they make desirable? Because they contain some characters. Nowadays this technique is used to grow sugarcane, banana, potato, etc. So you can give example, sugarcane, banana and potato. These are the crops and vegetables in which meristematic technique is used. Clear students? Next, the most important is your somatic hybridization. What is called somatic hybridization? Here the cells are collected from the plants, means from two different plants, and they are fused in the laboratory to get a desirable plant containing the superior qualities of both the parts. Both the parents. Means in somatic hybridization, the somatic hybrids are used. So the process is called somatic hybridization, in which the protoplast are recovered. This is suppose the cell, inside cell the protoplast is present. These are the protoplast, and we know that protoplasts are the living substances inside the cell. So they have the ability to grow as a new plant. So protoplasts are taken by removing the cell membrane. We can remove the cell membrane and find out the protoplast. So the protoplast from two different parts of plants are fused together to make a whole new plant. This process of growing plant is called somatic hybridization, and the protoplast they are derived from the cells are called somatic hybrids. This technique, you think, suppose we want tomato. Tomato is the combination of potato and tomato. Potato plus tomato is equal to tomato. This is the technique of somatic hybridization, means the protoplast from potato is collected, the protoplast from tomato is collected, and they are fused in the laboratory to make a new variety that contain both the characters of potato and tomato. Students, this is not fact, this is true. Means the tomato is also prepared by the agriculture scientists of Australia, but this is not industrial, this is not so much beneficial for economic value, as it do not show all the characters of tomato and potato, but still it was made. You should have to remember, this may come in your 1 marks question in your board exams, that what is tomato, or give one example of somatic hybridization. We can give the example of tomato, means tomato, the protoplast of tomato and the protoplast of potato are fused together to get or to prepare a new variety that is called tomato. Nowadays some experiments are continuing to mix 2 or 3 plants character in a single plant. Suppose for example, when we are making aloo gobi, suppose we need potato, we need cauliflower, we need tomato, we need onion, etc., etc. But in near future, there must be some experiments done that one vegetable contain that have the taste of both potato, tomato, gobi, pyaz, lasan, etc., etc. Clear, student? I am not joking. This is fact, and this is possible. This will be possible in future also due to somatic hybridization. Clear, students? So this is completion of revision of chapter 9. From tomorrow we will continue revision from chapter 1.